Hi, beautiful. We are reading the text, chapter 12, the Holy Spirit's curriculum. And we are in section 8, the attraction of love for love. Paragraph 1. Do you really believe that you can kill the Son of God? The Father has hidden his Son safely within himself and kept him far away from your destructive thoughts. But you know neither the Father nor the Son because of them. You attack the real world every day and every hour and every minute, and yet you are surprised that you cannot see it. If you seek love in order to attack it, you will never find it. Oh my goodness, let's pause here and just celebrate that. Let's just celebrate that. That love is invulnerable. And until you're ready to come to that altar, you will not see it. Thank goodness. For if love is sharing, how can you find it except through itself? Offer it and it will come to you, because it is drawn to itself. But offer attack and love will remain hidden, for it can live only in peace. God's Son is as safe as his Father, for the Son knows his Father's protection and cannot fear. Now that's our true self. Have you ever felt that? Have you ever felt your true self where you're just like, oh, I'm perfectly safe? I will say, I'll be very honest and say, even though I feel like, because I've done A Course in Miracles several times and I've really embodied that sense of safety, and so I think I do feel it quite a bit. But there's definitely times where I fall into ego and I fall into my illusion, the nightmare, where I'm like, what's happening? This is terrible. And then I need to go home, come home to love, come home to Heart Center, and remember, oh, I'm fine. I'm fine. Offer attack and love will remain hidden, for it can live only in peace. God's Son is as safe as his Father, and the Son knows his Father's protection and cannot fear. His Father's love holds him in perfect peace and needing nothing. He asks for nothing. Oh, I'm going to pause and say, love asks for nothing from us and offers us everything. Yet he is far from you whose self he is, for you chose to attack him, and he disappeared from your sight into his Father. He did not change, but you did. For a split mind and all its works were not created by the Father and could not live in the knowledge of him. When you made visible what is not true, what is true became invisible to you. Wow. Let's read that again. When you made visible what is not true, this learning device, this earth school, for better or worse, here we are. When you made visible what is not true, what is true became invisible to you. Yet it cannot be invisible in itself, for the Holy Spirit sees it with perfect clarity. It is invisible to you because you're looking at something else through the lens of ego. That's not what it says in the text. Just I'm pausing here and saying, what this is describing is, if we're looking, the split mind is you're looking through, you're either, it says in A Course in Miracles that you are either hostage to ego or host to God. So you're either looking through the lens of ego as a hostage, and you're in fear and you're going, this is terrible. What's happening? No, they're bad. This is good. Let's judge everything. Let's make it rank everything and make a hierarchy. Or you're a host to God and you see the perfect love and unity of everything. It is invisible to you because you were looking at something else. Yet it is no more up to you to decide what is visible and what is invisible than it is up to you to decide what reality is. What can be seen is what the Holy Spirit sees. The definition of reality is God's, not yours. So the ego, the small self, doesn't get to decide what's real because it's not even real. He created it and he knows what it is. I'm going to read that last sentence again. The definition of reality is God's, not yours. He created it and he knows what it is. You who knew have forgotten. And unless he had given you a way to remember, you would have condemned yourself to oblivion. Because of your Father's love, you can never forget him. For no one can forget what God himself placed in his memory. You can deny it, but you cannot lose it. A voice will answer every question you ask, and a vision will correct the perception of everything you see. For what you have made invisible is the only truth, and what you have not heard is the only answer. God would reunite you with yourself and did not abandon you in your distress. You are waiting only for him and do not know it. Yet his memory shines in your mind and cannot be obliterated. It is no more past than future, being forever, always. So beautiful. Even though A Course in Miracles is written in just a stunningly profound and poetic language, it is practical and it is the truth. You have but to ask for this memory and you will remember. Yet the memory of God cannot shine in a mind that has obliterated it and wants to keep it so. I'll pause here and say we're reminded again and again in A Course that all that's required is a willingness to know the truth. But without that willingness, it's not going to be forced upon us. For the memory of God can dawn only in a mind that chooses to remember and that has relinquished the insane desire to control reality. Oh, wow. You who cannot even control yourself should hardly aspire to control the universe. Oh my gosh, I have to read that again. That was so potent. This applies to me. Trust me, this applies to me. I might be teaching this, but I'm a student. You who cannot even control yourself should hardly aspire to control the universe. Wow, I don't know if truer words have ever been written. I'm going to read it one more time. You who cannot even control yourself should hardly aspire to control the universe. Wow. Okay. What do we do with this on a practical level? We recognize that we are not in control. We can barely understand and control our own selves, let alone everybody else. The hardest thing we will ever do is let it be easy, because reality is easy. But the ego fights it with all its angry accusations and judgment. But Spirit knows the path home is the easiest path. It's letting go. It's not trying to control. No more forcing, fixing, correcting, insisting, resisting. Just letting go and trusting the flow. And anything that we're clinging to, we set free. Because what truly belongs to you isn't going anywhere. But everything that isn't yours, let it go. And what remains is love and peace. Because that is your birthright. That is your inheritance. All the other things we're holding on to, the pain, the misery, the grievance, that is not our inheritance. Beautiful, beloved. Thank you for being here.